We are zipping along on the Hitway BK6M. This is a surprisingly powerful e-bike with a 750 watt motor. Holy moly, there's a deer in the trail. Look at that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, this is a surprisingly powerful 750 watt motor, 58 Newton meters of torque, and this thing gets up and goes. It's also an aluminum alloy frame that folds in the middle, so it's easy to transport, and it's a lot of fun to ride. All right, we're gonna do a speed test here. 0 to 20 on assist level 3, throttle only. And this thing has got some surprising power from takeoff. It's really a lot more powerful than you would expect. And we have capped out at like 19.7 miles per hour. And the disappointing thing is that this bike actually has more power. It hits 20 and it kind of like drops out the motor. So you can tell that there's more power there. And I've gone into the settings to try and unlock more, but unfortunately it caps out at 20 miles per hour no matter what. And like I said, it's got a lot more power to go. You can tell the bike wants to go faster. It just there's a software limitation there in the controller keeping you from doing that. So if anybody would know how to hack that, that might be beneficial, but I wouldn't even know where to begin as far as unlocking more speed. Like I said, I've gone into the power settings in the screen, and I believe that is going to be P08, and I've set that at maximum, but unfortunately it still caps out at 20 miles per hour. But this bike is very zippy, and I do enjoy that. You can really tell that it has that 750 watt motor. We're gonna do some hill climbing tests here because it looks like there's a heck of a hill right up there. So from a dead stop on gravel even, here we go. Let's see what she can do. And I am not pedaling at all. I am just climbing up this hill through grass, and we're going to have a little bit of a dip and then another hill after that. This could be considered a pretty good off-road test, and I wouldn't want to ride like this all day. It's starting to whine out, but I think we're going to make it to the top of this hill. Oh, I got to give it a little bit of pedal to get all the way, the rest of the way up, but really, not bad. You can really tell that it's got that 750 watt motor. Going back downhill, let's do a brake test here. And the brakes do a great job of controlling this really lightweight bike. The bike weighs around 60 pounds. It's got an aluminum alloy frame, and it's not the lightest bike, but it's very manageable. And at 60 pounds with a 750 watt motor, it's no joke. Okay, so I'm going to go through the different pedal assist levels now. I'm going to start out on no pedal assist at all, and I'm just going to pedal the bike normal. And it's not bad. I mean, it's a fairly lightweight bike, and it does have pretty good, and it's not got bad rolling resistance, so you can pedal it if you need to. I'm in 7th gear now. I wouldn't want to pedal it for a long time without any kind of pedal assist, but I mean, I'm up to 12 miles per hour without any problem here. Actually closer to 13, but now I'm going to do the different pedal assist levels. Now I did go into the screen and change some settings in here. I changed it from in the P11 setting. I brought that all the way down to 1. It was set on 3. If you put it on 1, the pedal assist kicks in faster. So I also changed the setting in P05 to give it 2 extra levels of pedal assist. Now that doesn't increase the top speed, but what it does normally is it gives you a broader range of increments in your pedal assist. So if you it basically gives you more fine control for like preserving battery life. Unfortunately, giving this bike 5 levels of pedal assist didn't really make any difference. It's still capped out at 3, so 4 and 5 didn't do anything, so I just changed it back to 3. But enough rambling, we're going to go through the different pedal assist levels now. We're starting out on pedal assist level 1. We're going to see what we can get up to. And let me turn around because we've got a dip here, and that's not going to give us an accurate test. All right, here we go, taking off pedal assist level 1. And when that 750 watt motor kicks in, you can really feel it. I don't think this has been an accurate test because there is a little bit of a downward grade going back that way. But we're going to pop up to pedal assist level 2, and oh my goodness, that really makes a difference when that motor kicks in. We're up to about 15.5 miles per hour. And we'll turn around and continue the test on pedal assist level 3. I'll start out from here because this is fairly flat ground. Up to pedal assist level 3, taking off, and yeah, when that motor kicks in, it kicks in. And we're up to about 20 miles per hour, and unfortunately that's where this bike caps out. You can feel that the motor wants to go faster. It wants to push you along faster, but there's something in the bike that governs it down, and I've tried what I can try to get it to go faster than that, but unfortunately it's just not possible. I should say it's not possible that I'm aware of. I probably should have mentioned it in the acceleration tests, but I am 5'10", 200 pounds, and this bike carries me along like nothing's going on at all. And if you are in that range of 5'10", this is going to be a really comfortable ride for you. Hitway claims that this bike is good for riders who are 5'2" to 6'3". I would say that if you're 5'2", you're going to be stretching it, because with this suspension seat post, it sets the seat pretty high. However, you could swap that out to make it better for a shorter rider if you needed to, but just keep that in mind if you're buying this and you're a short rider. I'd say the ideal height for this bike is going to be anywhere from like 5'6" to maybe 6 feet tall. Taller than that and shorter than that, you're going to have a stretch for getting comfortable on the ride. But oh my god, enough of that. I'm just having fun with how I keep saying zippy, but zippy peppy. This thing is just like, it wants to go. And even though this bike only caps out at 20 miles per hour, I don't care. It's just so much fun getting up to that 20 miles per hour. It's just an absolute blast. In addition to the peppy acceleration, this bike is extremely nimble and turns and handles really well. I really love the handling on the bike. Oh, look at this hill. Can we climb that? Let's find out. Yeah, that's a heck of a hill right there. I'm going to go right up to it and see if we can climb it from a dead stop. Probably not, but I'm going to try it anyway. Here we go. Oh no, absolutely not. But I bet if we get a run at it, we'll make it. Let's get a little bit of a run at it. That's a heck of a hill. Here we go. Oh yeah, no problem. The bike doesn't do bad off-road at all, and if you gotta go from pavement to off-road, it's not a problem at all. You can go right off, even at top speed there. It's not something I would want to do for a long time, but you can go from pavement to off-road and back, no problem at all. This is not a bike I would want to take downhill mountain biking, but as far as like riding through the grass and gravel, it's not bad at all. The battery on this bike is a 48 volt, 14 amp hour battery, and it should carry you a pretty long way. Now, I've really been laying hard into this bike with a lot of hard acceleration, some off-roading, some extreme hill climbing that this bike is not really meant for. So I've been putting some serious drain on this battery. We are at the halfway mark now, and we're at 9 miles. So if you ride it casually and in a way that is really more in line with how you should be riding this bike, you should get quite a few miles out of this bike. I would say realistically, if you ride the bike the way most people are going to ride it, you're going to get about 20 to 25 miles out of the bike. That's on a full battery charge, and it takes about 6 hours to charge the battery. One of the great things about these folding bikes is they are very easy to put together right out of the box. You just pretty much unfold them, slide in the handlebars, put some air in the tires, and you're pretty much ready to go. This is our box that has the charging cable in it, documentation, paperwork, owner's manual, and in this box we've got some extra goodies here. We've got a bike lock, which is always nice, a couple extra straps. I'm assuming we're going to have to run some cables later, reflectors, a multi-tool, and our pedals. All right, we'll do a little walk around tour of the bike now. We've got 20 by 3 inch tires, front and back. We've got mechanical disc brakes front and back, and as light as this bike is, the brakes do a great job of stopping it, and they also contribute to the bike being overall really nimble. We got metal fenders front and rear, and I really haven't noticed much noise from these. A lot of the times fenders are going to be really noisy. This one so far hasn't been like that. We've got our headlight up here, and if we hold the plus button on the controller, that'll turn that on, and holding it again turns it off. And we'll pop around back and take a look at the tail light. Here's our tail light in the back, and if we hit the brakes, it does act as a brake light as well. This is our folding release clip for the handlebars, and I showed how that's done earlier in the video. This is a release for the handlebars so we can take them up or down, adjust the height. The default lowest setting is fine for me. I'm 5'10", I've got a pretty average arm length. We've got a bell here, comfort grips, and strong brake levers. This is our control screen, pretty basic plain Jane, but that's my favorite kind. They're easy to see, easy to read, and they get the job done. 7-speed Shimano thumb shifter. In the middle of the frame, we've got our folding hinge right here. We got a grab point here and a grab point down there for lugging it around. We've got plastic pedals here, and these also fold. But keep in mind they are plastic, so if you're rough on pedals, you might need to change those out in the future. Here's our battery. You unlock it by turning the key, and then there's a flip up here on the seat, and that allows you to pull the battery out of here. Easy peasy. And then you lock it back in place and turn it to be able to turn the bike on. Pardon my junk back here, but it's a hot day and I did not want to wear my backpack because I didn't want to have sweaty back, so I took advantage of this rear rack here, which does have some padding. Let me take my junk off of there and I'll show you that. This is the rear rack, and it has this padding here that can be taken off. I probably will take it off later. This would imply that maybe you could put a passenger back here, but there's no place for a passenger to put their feet. So if you put a little kid on here and they get their feet wrapped up in the spokes, that would be bad. Or if they fall off and bust their nugget, that would be bad. So I'm going to recommend that you do not bring a passenger on here for liability reasons. You know, you do whatever you want to do, but my strongest recommendation for covering my own ass is to tell you not to do that. In the back here, we've got our 750 watt motor. Again, we've got mechanical disc brakes, kickstand, and over here on the other side, we've got our 7-speed cassette, a Shimano tourney derailleur, and it should be noted that there is no derailleur guard on this bike. The seat is plenty comfortable enough and has lots of padding. Along with the suspension seat post, it should be really comfortable for most people. And in addition to the comfort level, up front we've got the bouncy forks. You can't lock these out and you can't adjust them, but based on the riding that I've done today, I really haven't felt a need to adjust them. Overall, I think the bike looks fantastic. I love that sharp red, and generally I'm not a fan of red, but I think this one looks really nice. Usually I am not a fan of red, but I specifically asked for this color because I think it does look so sharp. Alright, final thoughts on the Hitway BK6M. I can sum this bike up in 2 words: fun and practical. Though this bike only peaks at 20 miles per hour, which is disappointing, when you ride it, you can feel that it has more power that is intentionally being governed down. But with its strong 750 watt motor, it's the most fun you will ever have getting up to 20 miles per hour. I think the bike looks nice, it's well built, and with the practicality of folding it up, you can easily store it inside or bring it along for your weekend getaway. The 48-volt 14-amp-hour battery can provide pretty decent range, especially if you ride it mindfully, and the bike is also fairly comfortable for those long hauls. I hope I've given you enough information to come to your own conclusion as to whether or not this is a good bike for you. But thanks for watching, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time.